Old and Nikki here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to be doing the Composer, or 7th mission on Halo 4 with all 13 skulls on legendary difficulty, and I did this with no deaths in a single segment, so it does qualify as a Mythic SLASO run. And my goal in this particular run was to get through the Composer mission in less than 30 minutes. And as a matter of fact, I completed the mission based on stats in 28 minutes and 29 seconds, so I did accomplish my goal. Anyway, as we start the mission here, I'm going to gain control. I run over here, grab a hologram. I don't really use it in this run, but I have in the past. Go ahead and grab the sticky detonator, flip back over to the pistol, which was my secondary weapon, and come out here, and as soon as the door opens, aim at that little bend in the railing. Because that Jackal Marksman generally shows up right there and he's an easy kill. Next we've got 4 grunts to take out on this level, sometimes 5. It all depends on what the 5th one's doing. And then up top we've got a grunt and a Jackal Marksman, and take him out. Take out the shielded Jackal on the right, and at that point you really don't need to do anything else except run to this ladder. And now we have to take out 2 Jackal snipers. Okay, and I'm going to switch over to the sticky detonator, jump up on the railing. I'm going to do a sprint jump across to the platform here, and run over here and activate the barrier to drop it. And of course the Phantom gets in, and what we're going to do is take out that gunner with the sticky detonator, and then run back to where this pipe bends back into the middle of the platform. As soon as they jump, you jump and throw, and 2 elites off the platform. So now we only have 2 elites to deal with. And I actually switched back over to the pistol because every once in a while 1 or 2 grunts will show up in that doorway, and having the pistol at hand is a really good thing to have. Okay, now I've got a sword elite and a concussion rifle elite that I've got to deal with here. And oh, those cubbies that I skipped back there, they just kind of die on their own. Alright, so now we've got to deal with these 2 cubbies. Now I need the active camouflage from the sword elite, and I need the concussion rifle from the concussion rifle elite. So there's nothing I can bypass here. And besides, actually I need the concussion rifle for the concussion rifle jump off the forklift. And I got him angry at me. Okay. Whoops. Sometimes he runs through that doorway, he keeps going with his back turned, sometimes he doesn't. That time he didn't, so when in doubt, retreat. You really don't want to face these guys head on. Okay. He's back downstairs, I think. Now sometimes I can get these 2 elites in just a couple of minutes after the start of the mission. Sometimes it takes longer. But this time, okay, I got the concussion rifle guy, swapped out my sticky detonator for concussion rifle. And now I just need to get the sword elite. And there he goes. I was being real careful there because sometimes he'll be sitting right outside the doorway and I didn't want to get surprised. But okay, got my active camouflage. And I'm going to run back in here real quick and make sure that I'm full of ammo on the DMR. There we go. And off to the forklift. Alright, we want to position our feet about so on that second little mark. I'm aiming left, just left of center and just a little bit above center on that slanted piece of the fork there, and 1 shot from the CR sends me flying up in the air, and I just bypassed a couple of 3 floors of battling cubbies to get to the spot where I'm at now. Okay, next up are a couple of hunters. And it's going to be a combination of grenade, sticky detonator, and dancing with the shotgun. Take these two guys out. Okay. I want to make sure, I was juggling weapons there. I want to make sure that when I'm done I have that DMR that I can swap back for. Alright, run up here, run just past him. He'll try to swat you. Grab the sticky detonator there for the concussion rifle. I run over here, go camo, and make sure that I'm fully loaded on the shotgun. And I want to put 4 sticky detonator grenades into this hunter right here. That's 3. That'll be enough to knock off his back armor and get him to fire. And as soon as he fires, just charge him, jump over him, and hit him in his exposed back with a shotgun. Ooh, almost bought the farm that time. Alright, it's a combination of swinging around underneath or behind his swing or jumping over him. And you just got to be careful that you don't stumble over a box or something, because I've died when I have not quite landed right. Alright, now on to hunter number 2, and I'm going to start him off with grenades. Okay. And by the way, you want to make sure that when you get into this room that you've got 2 frags and 2 stickies. You should have, but always make sure you've got them. Okay, I'm hitting him now with the sticky detonator. Yeah, with Mythic and Tilt on, 2 of the skulls that I have on here, it's extremely tough to bring these guys down. You've got to blow their armor off their backs and multiple shots with the shotgun to take them down. And the sticky detonator is sort of softening them up, making it less and less necessary to hit him in the back with a shotgun. Oh crap. I don't like it when he just stands there. I was expecting him to charge me. Oh, that's okay. I guess my sticky detonator grenades really softened him up that time. Okay, so we're done with the hunters. And I went back there, got my DMR back. I'm going to come up here and get my concussion rifle back. And now the next encounters that we would normally have would be fighting to and through the 2 airlocks. And I'm going to get to the first airlock with some trickery, and then we're going to run a fairly new skip, first seen by me in the Mythic Composer run by Legendary Smile, and this is actually a 2 airlock out of map skip. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. So off we go, running to the next doorway to get us back inside. Alright, I got my concussion rifle, I got my DMR, and we gotta wait till this door opens. Now I cannot hear what's being said while I'm doing the voiceover, so I'm just kind of guessing in most times. But I think Dr. Tilson said that the first evac ship just got blown out of the sky by the Covenant. And Cortana's talking about getting us to the external gun placements and control center. And I took out that soldier there to grab his 2 grenades, and it gets this door to open a little bit quicker. As soon as it opens, I go camo, and I'm going to be faced with a shielded jackal and a grunt right off the bat. Oh, he threw a grenade at me. Get out of the way. Alright, next up, I'm going to go through a little crawl space or passageway here, and I have to take out in the next little room 2 shielded jackals. And I'm going to throw a grenade in there to try to get him to move off his position. Go camo. He turns his head to me, and I take him out. And I got this guy fairly easily as well, because I had camo on. Okay. Next up is the shielded jackal, just on the outside. I mean the jackal marksman, I should say. And 2 grunts, and they're down. Now I've got 2 grunts and an elite down the end of the hall, passageway here. One of the grunts is on a plasma turret, And what I want to do at first is I want to take that guy out, and I'm switching over to my sticky grenades, and I'm going to throw one grenade and bounce it off that wall up there, and that should get the second grunt off of the plasma turret. Yep, there he is. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go camo, sprint across to this side. Okay, take camo off because I'm going to need it again. And I'm going to shoot the grunt and immediately switch over to the concussion rifle, go camo, and sprint down this passageway because a elite's charging at me. Go to this position here, jump, and 2 blasts from the concussion rifle, and I just went through a soft wall. And I'm essentially out of the map. Okay. And I'm kind of jumping along, feeling myself along here. Get up to this position. I can sprint over to here. I'm going to stop and wait for the next area of the ship to load, and there it goes. Jump up on the top of this little thing here, and jump across to this position. Sprint jump down to here. Okay, another little sprint jump into this position. And we're getting a little gap here, right there. And I'm doing a crouch wall and backing into an invisible barrier. What I'm trying to do is to get the second airlock to load. And actually it did, and I didn't even realize it. And maybe even just jumping into the gap got it. But normally you'll see a little bit more light, and that tells me right there that it's loaded. I'm not looking into just pure space out there. Right? Now, next thing I want to do is jump here, up on this little beam. Once I'm up on the beam, do a jump across to here, and run down to here, and then do another little jump right on the corner here, and right on the edge, and we're going to do a sprint jump and crouch. Okay, as soon as we jump, we want to crouch so we can get across, otherwise we'll fall to our death. Now we're at the second airlock, and I'm again feeling my way along here. Alright, I'm going to run and jump across to here to see how it loaded up ahead of me. How the game loaded up the scenery ahead of me. Okay. Now sometimes you run along here and you'll teleport down to the passageway below. That never seems to work for me, but never fear. I'm just going to walk myself back. There's a soft wall back here that I can slide down to get down into the passageway. Okay, right there. Alright, and we just bypassed both airlocks. And now I'm going to come up here, stop momentarily, go camo, and then I'm going to sprint to this first camo elite. And notice I missed him. I wanted to assassinate him, but he ran off into the corner, and that's what my suggestion is. If you're in that situation, of course I'm putting Cortana into the system here so she can fire up the external turrets. But if you go for the assassination and miss it, step back, and generally what will happen is that first elite will run to the corner, and then you can maneuver around them. Now, while I'm all telling you that, I went into that little room there and ammoed up on the DMR and swapped my concussion rifle out for a sticky detonator. And now I'm just waiting for Cortana to basically tell me to pick her up, and I just did. And off we go to the next encounter. We're almost done with the inside here.
Pull this off and actually get.
Okay, as soon as the door opens, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to stick the. I can't believe that I shot right through him. All right, I'm going to stick the shielded jackal, and that kills both the shielded jackal and the grunt, and then a headshot on the jackal marksman. And I come down here, and I did reload on my sticky detonator, and I swapped out for my DMR. I just went camo before the door opened, and I'm taking out these 3 grunts that are right around the stairwell, this shielded jackal, and a couple of more grunts up here. Okay. There's a lot more cubbies back there, but I'm going to do a bit of a skip to get past them without having to deal with them too much. It's a little bit high risk. I'm going to try to take out at least one more of these guys. Okay, good. I got a shielded jackal there. Alright, now I'm going to come over here and jump up on this railing and do a crouch jump up here. And there's a DMR that I can ammo up on. And I'm waiting for my active camo to be fully charged. Then I activate it. I go into crouch walk because it can't see me while I'm doing that. Down into this little gap here to the right of the stairwell. And I'm going to run up here, run up here, run up here, jump up on the edge. That'll trigger the door to open that I have to go through. And now I'm just kind of seeing where everybody's at. This is where the real high risk comes in, because sometimes you'll jump up and a grunt will go suicidal on you and you're dead. Okay, I noticed that I've got a shielded jackal and one of the elites was up there, so I just threw a grenade back to that area to distract them. And okay, where is that jackal? Alright, camo, jump up, and just run, run, run. And I'm lucky I didn't get stickied in the back by that elite. I think I surprised him. Okay, that's the inside of the station here, and now we're down to the last battle, which is the Mantis battle. And I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive than normal in this particular run. And actually, the Coveys were a little bit more aggressive as well, so I had normally what I would do is I would take out all the fuel rod cannon grunts and the jackal sniper and jackal marksman down there with my DMR, but when I was about halfway through these guys, I suddenly started getting pelted by a ghost, and my shields were pretty weak to begin with, so I figured the discretion is a better part of valor. And this will be coming up here in a second. There you can see the ghost up there on the right. He started firing at me, and then now there's a ghost down there below. So I figured, oh boy, I better get in the Mantis now. And I'm going to stay back as far as I can, so I don't get nailed by the fuel rod grunts, and try to take out these darn ghosts. And I'm also using rockets wherever I can to try to take out the fuel rod grunts. This was the first time I've seen this, by the way, where the ghost came at me early. This makes this little part of the encounter much, much tougher. And thank goodness for Mythic and Tilt, actually Tilt, that provides some extra shielding on the Mantis. Okay, I think I got most of them. But normally what I would have done is I would have taken out the all the fuel rod grunts and the jackals that are down there in that glassy area, and then I would have advanced down this ramp a little bit to try to draw out the rest of the Coveys to come to me to fight. That way, the sooner I kill them, the sooner this part of the mission's over. And also some of the grunts and actually the elites that normally hide behind that big rock there on the right will come out and battle with me if I'm down the ramp a ways. So that's the idea there, to get them out in the open. Now obviously if it's a fuel rod grunt or a fuel rod elite, I think that was there on the left, you've got to be able to strafe back and forth and left and right and backwards and forwards a little bit to dodge the fuel rod blast, because a couple of fuel rod hits will take you out. Alright, so everywhere I see a Covey, I just start firing at him. And off there in the distance I can see, I think this is the second wave. Yeah, he was dropping off. Oh, he dropped off the one of the race. Normally they get dropped off at the same time, so actually that's good for me, because that gives me time to take out the guy on the left before I have to deal with the guy on the right. He's coming up right here. A lot of times they both hit the deck at the same time, and I have to dodge like crazy to take them out. So that actually was pretty easy. A lot more straightforward than what it usually is. So again, I'm advancing a little bit, trying to get the elites and the grunts that I have to deal with, and the ghosts that are out there as well, to move up and engage me. And the better success I have at that, the quicker I can kill them and get this part of the mission over. There is no secret bullet here. There is no real skip, although I think Legendary Smile did this a little bit quicker because he went and somehow grabbed the Banshee and used the Banshee to take out all the Cubbies. But I'm a crappy Banshee pilot, so I'll stick with the Mantis. Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting it from two directions from elites, and when elite's shields pop, he will come after you. And the bad news with that is that if he's a fuel rod elite, he's firing away. The good news is that he's a bigger target and you can take him out quicker, especially since the shields are gone. Okay. And here comes another ghost. Let's see if I can get him with a rocket. Well, it's a combination of rocket and cannon fire, or machine gun fire here. Alright, I don't know whether I got him or not. I'm not seeing him pop out from behind that rock with me down there. At some point, Cortana is going to yell out Banshees, and that's when I'm going to beat a little bit of a hasty retreat here. There we go, there's a second fuel rod elite. Now, a little bit of lag there. I don't know if that'll be in the rendered video or not. Okay, he's just firing away at me. I think I just popped his shields. There, and his shields just went, so he's going to charge me. And like I said, I mean, he'll be firing away, but it makes for a much easier target, and I just blew him away with a rocket. So we're just about there with the yeah, here come the Banshees. As soon as I hear that from Cortana, I kind of back up here. And I've seen more aggressive plays, but this tactic works pretty well for me. I step out and fire my rockets into that group of Banshees and then back up here. Occasionally I will get lucky and take one out with a couple of rocket hits. And every once in a while, one of them will peel off and come over after me. And what I have to be careful about is obviously the fuel rod cannon, but I can use this little structure here by the stairs as cover. And this is sort of a rinse and repeat operation. Okay, here comes a Banshee at me. And that was actually pretty easy. He just when they come at you, they generally fly. At some point, they'll be flying straight at you. Obviously, the issue is the fuel rod cannon that he's got. But once you've dodged his fuel rod cannon, ooh! I took one hit there. So I'm backing up to cover and get my shields back. There they come. All right, he's coming back at me, so I just fired my rockets and knocked him out of the sky with rockets. A lot of different ways to take them out, but this approach, it takes a couple of minutes longer than other approaches or more aggressive approaches, which basically the more aggressive approaches would feature going up towards the middle of this area. But what I think, okay, I'm hiding now because I think Cortana just said, "Where is he?" And that also is a sign for me, indicates to me that Phantoms are showing up, dropping off the last little wave of grunts. And at some point here, two Phantoms will show up right in front of me. And I have no reason to jump out into the middle of that area down there and fight it out. I'm just going to hide. Here comes one of the Phantoms. Now, I don't know what they're doing, quite honestly, because I don't think this Phantom, well, it might be dropping off a couple of grunts. But there's a Phantom over there, and this guy is going through the... Oh, he didn't get through the pillar this time. How about that? But at that point, when they peel off, that basically tells me to go ahead and move out, and Cortana has just said to go back to the elevators to get back to Dr. Tilson. And so now I'm just very carefully taking out the remaining coveys. And normally there's a little squad of grunts over there where I'm firing now, sometimes over to the left, and occasionally a Banshee will come after you. So you got to be on your toes for that. And I'm cleaning up the grunts over here. And oh, here comes another Banshee. A lot of Banshee action in this run. Okay, that Banshee's gone. And what I have left here, now I'm firing over at that 50 cal emplacement, because sometimes a grunt or an elite will jump onto the 50 cal, and actually there's one straight across from me over on that far platform that they will jump on occasion, but in this particular run they didn't, so that's good news for me, because that's really a pain in the butt trying to take those gun emplacements out, especially if you get caught in the crossfire. Okay, I believe that this, yeah, that's an elite charging me. Okay, just pop the shields, and okay, there he goes, he's done. So now it's just a matter of cleaning up the remaining grunts that are across the way there. And there might be a wayward Banshee or two kind of stuck against the far wall, but I don't see any. And one last burst of fire over to that 50 cal emplacement. There's nobody there now, and I believe we've just about finished the mission. Okay, bring the Mantis up here. Jump out and run to the doorway where that waypoint is. Ooh, I didn't have much left of shield-wise. Okay, through here. Just follow the waypoint and the arrows. And we're back in the elevator room.
Havoc mines will be in one of the
okay.
Start us up.
And activating the elevator. And I'm going to step back here, because what's going to happen is the Didac is going to grab the composer and shake it loose. Notice that the elevator is going up. But as it's going up, the Didac ship approaches, and he's grabbing the composer. That's what all that orange is. That's the Didac's favorite color. He's got a super duper beam or something on it. And there goes the composer. Meanwhile, Cortana's going nuts. And the chief is trying to calm her down. And the chief is trying to tell Cortana just to locate Dr. Tilson, don't think anything else. Okay, and the Didac is now gone with the composer, which we'll have to deal with in the midnight mission.
Don't think about the Didac.
And now to finish off the mission, we just got to wait until the elevator comes to a stop here. And the open door light goes green.
Female, 51 years of age. Doctor of
So
Archaeology,
this is a little bit of dead time.
Institute.
I can't jump very high because the elevator is going up. There we go. Nope, can't jump.
350 level. B deck.
Okay, we are getting close to the end. But anyway, this oh, come on, turn green, you dog. My goodness. There we go, finally. Okay, the door opens, and I'm skipping the cutscene where everybody melts. And that's basically my Composer Mythic SLASO run in less than 30 minutes, actually 28 minutes and 29 seconds. Hope you enjoyed it. Aki signing off.